So we will wait for your RTP to come. Maybe they may again remove it. But for time being, we know that this topic is what? Applicable. So we'll do it from our ये वाला amendment का material which I have given to you. You need not worry. Already it is mentioned there in our material also. I'll make you write from there. But only one small amendment is there which is not updated. That I'll update on the spot immediately. First of all, we'll understand the meaning of the word called what? Noclar. Noclar का full form. NO, non-compliance. NOC, non-compliance of laws and regulation. This particular topic is having a direct fight with your confidentiality. It has a direct fight with your what? Confidentiality. It means sometimes you are in a dilemma situation, confusion situation, ki should I maintain secrecy or should I break it? If I'll break it, I'm breaking my fundamental principle. And if I'm maintaining it, I'm doing injustice with the society. So what you need to, how you need to resolve this kind of situation, this Noclar will help you out. So Noclar ka first of all the meaning padenge apan. Each and every word is very important. Try to understand. Noclar comprises the act of what? Omission. What do you understand by the word called omission? Omission means what? You did or you did not do. Did not do. And what do you mean by commission? You commission means you did. See, it comprises the act of omission. Matlab, what you were supposed to do, you did not do. And what you did, that is called what? Commission. Either you did it what? Intentionally or what? This is called fraud and error. So 4 words are mentioned in the one single line only. Either you did any kind of omission or you did any kind of commission. Either you did it in intentional way or unintentional way. Are you getting the point? Contrary to whom? Matlab contrary means what? Against. Against to whom? Prevailing laws or regulation. Now by whom? Kisne kiya? Either your client has done or professional accountant's employer has done. Acha, ye word yaad aa raha hai? What is this word? It means Noclar is also one of the part of the new code of ethics only. यहाँ पे भी इन्होंने members in practice and members in service use नहीं किया. What is the word they used? It means either your client is doing, it means they're talking about the PA in PP. Who is doing? You are doing the audit and you came across that your client has done any omission or commission intentionally or unintentionally against the laws and regulation. Or who is doing employee? It means they are also covering whom? PA in service. तो ये दोनों के ऊपर applicable है. Are you getting the point? So who is doing? You are not doing. Either your client is doing or your employer is doing or their TCWG is doing. Who is doing? अब बताओ तुम मेरे को दिमाग में यहाँ पे ये रहोगे सर क्लाइंट मीन्स TCWG ओनली ना नहीं ऑडिट कमेटी ऑफ द क्लाइंट इज नोन एज व्हाट TCWG. TCWG का फुल फॉर्म क्या है भाई द वे हाँ तो यू नो द व्हाट इज द एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग ऑफ TCWG इज द ऑडिट कमेटी ऑफ द क्लाइंट. विच कमेटी ऑफ द क्लाइंट? तो यहाँ तो आपका क्लाइंट फ्रॉड कर रहा है या आपका एम्प्लॉयर फ्रॉड कर रहा है या आपके क्लाइंट और एम्प्लॉयर का TCWG फ्रॉड कर रहा है. हु इज डूइंग द फ्रॉड? TCW. और मैनेजमेंट फ्रॉड कर रहा है ऑफ होम? क्लाइंट एंड एम्प्लॉयर. तो 4 people are included here. What are the 4 people? Your client or your employer. TCWG of your client or employer, management of your client or employer, or any other individuals, means their employees who are working for or under the directions of your client and employer. Simple. So my question is, what you did, how you did, and who did it? What is Noclar? Divided into 3 parts. How many parts? 3 parts. What you did, how you did, who did it? What are the 3 parts? What you did. What is what you did? You did omission or commission. How you did intentionally or unintentionally. Who did it? Either your client has done it or your employer has done it or the TCWG or management of your client or employer or any those people who are working under the control of your employer or client. तो simply समझ में आया what is Noclar? तो Noclar का full form क्या है? Non compliance of laws and regulation. Who did it, how they did it, and what they did it. 3 parts में. Who did it, how did it, what they did it. What they did, omission or commission. How they did it? Intentionally or unintentionally? Who did it? Your client or your employer, their management or their, am I correct or not? Now we have to understand what is the nature of the non-compliance they have done relating to what. अब ये जैसे आपको ये 8 points will come ना, this is the places where you have to open up. This is a place where you don't have to consider confidentiality. अगर आपको लगता है कि this is the, अच्छा मेरे को ये बताओ टेररिस्ट फाइनेंसिंग क्या होती है? What do you understand by terrorist financing? ये हमारा मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग के अंदर आता है. अब जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं मोस्ट ऑफ द टेररिस्ट गेट फाइनेंस फ्रॉम द अरब कंट्रीज, क्योंकि अरब कंट्रीज में टैक्स ही नहीं है. इफ द $1,000,000 यू आर अर्निंग, million Arab dinams you are earning, the million is in your pocket. India में if you are million you are earning, only 5 lakhs will be in your pocket, meaning 50% goes in the form of what? Taxes. That's the reason they are enough surplus money to finance what? Terrorism. अब मेरे को बताओ, the moment you realize the fact that your client is financing the terrorism, will you maintain confidentiality? No, no, no. Fundamental principles, integrity, objectivity, confidential, or this is against the public safety. Then these are the areas where the Noclar is saying open up. Then don't think about your confidentiality. Are you getting it? This is the time you have to break it because your client is doing Noclar. What is Noclar? Non-compliance of laws. So what are the 8 areas where you have to open up? If the area is relating to what? First area, fraud, corruption or bribery. Area number 1. Area number 2, money laundering, terrorist financing and proceeds of what? Crime. अगर ये area में you came across any omission or commission. What is the third omission or commission? Environmental protection. अगर वो उसके if his activity is harming whom? Environment. Then if it is relating to what? Banking and other financial products, and because we are already fed up with Vijay Mallya, we are already fed up with the Nirav Modi cases, we can't afford these people like more in our India. So bhaiya Noclar has come, now you have to open up. And what is the next one? This is one of the biggest threat in the future. I think the future is third war, world war is not going to be any weapon war. It is going to be either bio war or data war. Data war to you already know na sir. The moment when you open any app, the first thing what the app asks you is your permission to access your contact, Gmail, Messenger, everything. And in the sake of reaching to the main functioning of the wiki, yes, allow kar dete hain. And ultimately your total data is already in the hands of whom? The app builder. And he sells that data to the countries like China and US. What is the reason nowadays this Instagram, Facebook, everything, Google is coming under the track of federal laws? You know, the cases are going on them. They know your likes and what? Dislikes. आपने कभी देखा होगा, the moment you are watching something on Amazon and Flipkart, immediately if you switch it to the Instagram, na, you will find that Instagram में immediately those things will start coming. You all are connected. Artificial intelligence, it catches your likes and what? Dislikes. Because your data is with them. And once you will start liking some few of the reels on the Instagram, you'll start finding that the same type of what? Reels will start coming. ये सब कुछ AI के ऊपर चल रहा है, artificial intelligence. So data protection is also nowadays one of the biggest threat in the world. So again, if it is the data protection rating, omission or commission, you have to open up. So what are the 5 areas so far you know? Fraud, corruption, bribery, money laundering, terrorist financing and proceeds of crime, environmental protection. The 5th one, banking, other financial products and services, and data protection. And what is the next one? Something which is definitely connected with the public health and what? Safety. And securities market and what? Trading. Insider trading, suna? How many of you know about it? What do you mean by insider trading? Somebody said yes, sir. क्या होता है insider trading? When you are inside your house and you are doing trading. Yes. Making a misuse of unpublished price sensitive information. That is called what? Insider trading. उस केस में SEBI is very much strict in that case. First of all, the lifetime ban plus 5 times the profit made or 25 crore rupees, whichever is higher is your penalty. मतलब अगर आपने 100 करोड़ बनाए तो 5 times of that is 500 crores or 25 crore rupees, whichever is higher, plus lifetime ban from the trading. This is a penalty and imprisonment of 7 years. So these are the various things which the securities market and trading ke related. And last one is what? Tax, pension liabilities and payment. Basically workmen compensation funds. If you think that something is getting injustice to the workmen employees in terms of the gratuity, PF, bonus, ESI related payments, right or not, their PF is getting deducted but not being deposited to PF authority. TDS is deducting but not getting credited to their 26-year statement. And you came to know that your employer is doing it or your what? Client is doing that. Then you have to apply what? Noclar in these cases. So these are the 8 cases under which you must have to speak up. What are the 8 cases? Fraud, corruption, bribe. ये आपको fingertips पे याद करने 8 cases. Fraud, corruption and bribe. And they may ask you one word out of it also. What is the second one? Money laundering, proceeds of crime and terrorist financing. Third one, environmental protection. Fourth one, banking and financial services related products. And the next one, data protection, public health and safety. And the next one is securities, compliances and markets and trading. And last one is what? But you need to understand some few conceptual clarities which you need to have in Noclar is point number 1. Expertise of law is what? Not required. What they're trying to tell you here is that you should not keep yourself away from the Noclar just because you are not expert in what? Law. A normal information also, if it is coming to you and to your ears, your client is involved into what? Noclar. And you are thinking, no, yaar, I'm not an expert. Why should I speak up? So, expert knowledge in the law is not required to break your what? Confidentiality. The moment you think that something is going against the public health and safety, so you not need to see that how much it is harming, to what extent, what is the magnitude of harm. No, you think that something is harming, then speak up. So you need not be expert in law while explaining it. Because court will not ask you why the hell you interfered in that. Or you brought it to the notice of the police and the court. That is more than enough. A good effort by you. So you need not be in what? Expert. Means expected to apply knowledge and expertise and exercise the which judgment? Professionalism. Up to that extent is fine. Second thing. Certain matters expressly are out of your Noclar. Matlab, in these cases, Noclar does not favor you. What is the point number 1? Those matters which are clearly what? Insignificant. अब जैसे टैक्स इवेजन हुआ, ठीक है ना, 1 लाख रुपए का टैक्स इवेजन कर रहा है और कंपनी है 5,000 करोड़ की. अब इस केस में आप जाके यहाँ पे ऐसे टार्जन बन के नहीं बोलोगे, हाँ नोक्लार, माय कंपनी इज डूइंग ब्राइब इन टैक्स एंड दिस एंड दैट. हाँ, इफ इट इज 10,000 crores, 20,000 crores, the magnitude of the evasion is so high, then in that case, so in insignificant areas, Noclar is not going to favor you. So point number 1, you need to be expert or need not be expert. And what areas mein Noclar is not applicable to you? Insignificant. Second thing, relating to personal misconduct. Ab sunna dhyan se. Your client has evaded a tax and your client's MD has evaded a tax. What is your concern? Are you the auditor of your MD or are you the auditor of your client? तो जो MD evade कर रहा है टैक्स का, वो पर्सनल नेचर का इवेजन है. दैट इज विच नेचर? पर्सनल. तो पर्सनल नेचर इवेजन्स आर नॉट गोइंग टू गेट कवर्ड अंडर व्हाट? Noclar. Corporate evasions will get covered under what? Noclar. Client कर रहा है धोखा, he is doing something and all. अच्छा, terrorist financing, if you will come to know that your MD is doing, that also you will say personal nature. Then in that case what? Public health and safety. So don't take personal everything which I am saying personal. So only which kind of personal thing? Tax evasion kind of things. He is not paying the taxes. अब तुम उस केस में Noclar नहीं बोलोगे because you are not the auditor of your MD. You are the auditor of a company. So which second thing which Noclar does not cover? Personal nature. And what is the first thing it does not cover? Insignificant. And what is the third thing? Which are unrelated to what? Business of the client, not covered. What do you mean by that? Your client is into iron and steel manufacturing and he has done little bit scam in construction of the buildings, real estate ke business mein, whereas his main line of activity is iron and steel. You are the auditor for whom? Iron and steel business. He has done a little bit of scam in what? Real estate business. Is it business related scam and scandal or unrelated to business? Noclar will not cover you. So what are the three cases where the Noclar does not apply to you? Insignificant. Second thing, personal nature. Third thing, not related to business. And next one, disclosures which is contrary to law are not required. ये हमने कल किया था 701 में भी and OMP में भी. Under what circumstances you don't have to disclose everything? When something is prohibited by law and regulation. Are you getting the point or no? Why they are not disclosing? Why client is not disclosing? Because law is prohibiting. Then why you are trying to become hero in that case? Are you getting the point? In such case, you are not supposed to speak up. So what are the, now you know the 4 exceptions of Noclar. What are the 4 exceptions of Noclar? Point number 1, insignificant matters, personal nature matters, non-business related matters, and something which is prohibited by law and regulation. And you have to be expert or need not be expert. Simply apply your what? Professional judgment. This is called the meaning of the term called what? Noclar. Did you understand the word? Now, next thing what you need to understand, sir, applicability of Noclar in India. अब मैं तुम्हें एक simple, clear way में बताता हूँ. इंडिया में ICAI takes care of Noclar. Who takes care of? International में IESBA takes care of this. Read the full form. इसकी है full form, यहाँ पे लिखी हुई है नहीं लिखी हुई? ये है International Ethical Standard Board of Accounting. What is the full form? Code of Ethics makes Noclar applicable to whom? All assignments, member in practice, and to all employees, members in service. मतलब out of India, if you'll see the applicability of Noclar, it covers every MIP and every MIS. Either you are a MIP or MIS of a listed company, unlisted company, private company, whatever the case may be, all the MIPs are covered and all the MIS are covered outside India. In India, ICAI code says what? Ki if you are a CA in practice, then when the Noclar is applicable to, only those engagements that too relating to which entities? And that too if that listed entity is having a net worth of what? 250 crores or more. पहले तो filters देखो. First of all, you are the auditor of which entities? Listed. मतलब unlisted तो out of your box है. If you are a CIP of unlisted and something any of those things are happening, you are not supposed to get covered under what? Noclar. You are covered only in case of listed. That too in the listed also, which listed? Whose net worth is how much? 250 crores or more. And when it comes to members in what? Service, who are working in the company under this designation. What is this designation? Senior Professional Accountant. Matlab you should be in their which position? KMP position. Being employee of again which entities? Listed entity. Not all companies. Matlab first of all, CA in practice or CA in service of which companies? Listed. CA in practice of listed when? Net worth 250 crores or more. And CA in service of listed when? When you are working as a senior professional accountant in the designation of what? KMP. This was not actually the Noclar which I taught in the November 22 examinations. उस केस में ICAI ने सिंपल लिखा था मेंबर्स इन प्रैक्टिस एंड मेंबर्स इन सर्विस ऑफ लिस्टेड एंटिटीज. अभी ये रिसेंटली अमेंडमेंट आया है इन द मंथ ऑफ फेब्रुअरी कि नाउ इट इज एप्लीकेबल ओनली टू होम दैट लिस्टेड एंटिटीज में भी फिल्टर लगा दिया. इट मींस इफ आई एम अ लिस्टेड कंपनी एंड आई एम द ऑडिटर ऑफ अ लिस्टेड कंपनी हुज नेटवर्थ इज 100 crores, am I covered under Noclar or not covered? And I am a CA in service of a listed company, I am working as a director in that company, not covered. क्योंकि what should be my designation? Director or KMP? KMP में भी what should be my designation? Senior Professional Accountant. That too of a which company? Listed company. ये ICAI कोड बोलता है, but इंटरनेशनल कोड क्या बोलता है? All CAs in practice, all CAs in service, all the members in practice and all the members in service. And what is the name of that body? IESBA, International Ethical Standard Board of Accounting. एक बार चेक करो ना गूगल में, इज इट द सेम? करेक्ट है? right? So this is what is nothing but the difference between international Noclar and Indian. Matlab, I am not saying that India may it will not apply. So far, being a new topic, it will come in India eventually to everyone, but in a phased manner. In a which manner? Slowly, slowly, they will cover all the people inside the Noclar. Did you get the point or not? Dheere, dheere. Right? Okay. Now, when you come across the Noclar, what are your 7 steps process you need to do? Read the step number 1. It is same like audit. अब आपको Noclar report. When we do the audit, what do we do first one? Do we acquire the knowledge of client's business under the planning stage? यहाँ पे भी you are doing the same thing. Read the point number 1. Obtaining understanding of what matter. पहले उसको समझो कि what kind of Noclar is happening and what is its magnitude. What are the internal external factors which are associated with it. To obtain the understanding of the matter. Okay, once you obtain the understanding of the matter, addressing the matter to whom you want to report, right? What is the third thing? Because you are not the expert in every matter. What if it is a matter relating to terrorist financing? You are expert, or you need a legal advice. So take whose advice? Experts advice. Tell me the 3 steps. Obtain the understanding of the matter, address the matter, obtain the legal advice or seek the advice. What is the next one? Determine if further action is what? Needed, and determine whether to disclose to appropriate authority or not. Right or not? Whether to disclose to which authority? Appropriate authority or not. And. What is the F point? Imminent breach. Only in case if it is a significant breach. Because just now we have done. What are not covered in Noclar? Insignificant harms are not covered. So imminent का मतलब क्या होता है? Significant breach. See if it is significant breach or not. And the last one is what? As per SA 230. Because you never know in future when they may ask you again, Rohit, 5 years back you reported some Noclar point. We would like to see the documentation. You can't say I don't maintain it because it's Noclar. They will say, but you're still under SA 230 or not. To preserve it for how many years? 7 years. So tell me the 7 steps in Noclar. Obtain the understanding of the matter, address the matter, seek the legal advice, determine if further action is needed, determine whether it is required to be reported to the regulatory authority, see if it is imminent breach, and then only do what? Documentation. Crystal clear है? अब यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम बता क्या है? Noclar में this is the biggest problem कि documentation required in Noclar में what? Read this. Revised code over and above require professional accountants to follow. Additional document requires as what? Under. Point number 1. In our documentation, what we have to maintain? Point number 1. How the management or TCWG has responded to the matters. The moment you told them, ki, sir, you have done some omission and you have done some what? Commission relating to Noclar. You have to catch their response. How they responded to it. Were they having any fear or did they offer you anything or something like that? How they responded when you told them that they are doing what? Noclar. Point number 1. Second, the course of action, accountant considered judgments he made and decisions that were taken having regard to reasonable and informed which party test? अब मेरे को ये बताओ, you came across the Noclar. There may be a possibility that you may take it personally. चलो मैं एक practical example बताता हूँ. Suppose one chartered accountant is there. He came to know that his client is doing terrorist financing. Which financing? And few years back, he lost his brother in terrorist attack. तो उस केस में your personal biasness में कम, your personal judgment में कम, you will be too much furious and angry in that case. So don't do that thing. Get it again reviewed by the which party? Third party. So read the point number 2 again. The course of action accountant considered, his judgments made and decisions that were taken having regard to the reasonable and informed which party test? Apna judgments. I'm not saying that don't do it. You know what course of action is required. You have made the judgments and you have taken the decisions. But all these 3 things, get it reviewed and tested by the which party? Let him also give the same confirmation that your judgments, decisions and considerations are right or wrong. Either you are too excessive, you are partial or Impartial. Let him be tested by the which party? Third party. And what is the third documentation you have to do? How accountant is satisfied that responsibility of the public interest has been what? Fulfilled. Acha, what do you expect once you told? Suppose you are an auditor of Dr. Reddy's Laboratory. They are using a very harmful chemical in making the medicine. Say for example, they are making COVID-19 vaccine. ठीक है ना? And you came across that the chemical what they are using in making that vaccination is harmful. Its post 1 year effects are कि you may die by a heart attack. And you came to know that it is 99.99% proved. Will you keep your mouth shut? Or it's a public health and safety? Correct? Okay, you reported doesn't mean that your work is done. You have to see the post-reporting thing also, ki how management has taken the needful action on the same. Did they eliminate that drug and did they find any substitute for the same or not? Read the last one again. How accountant is what? Satisfied that the responsibility of the public interest has been what? Fulfilled. Did you get the point? एक second ना. Video is paused. मेरे को दोबारा से रिकॉर्ड करनी पड़ेगी. तो सडनली याद आया. नहीं अम्मा एक सेकंड. You can see the yellow sign over there. It is paused. Streaming is going on, but the recording is paused. It's been half an hour we are talking about it. Now you can see that it is pause button. वो पता क्या वो feeling while recording alone ना in a studio, that feeling does not come, but you can do it in front of what? Because that will be like I'm talking to a wall and I can complete it in 10 minutes then. क्योंकि वो देखो ना, it is pause now, you can see that below. अरे यार क्या करें, मैं streaming से ले लूँगा. Streaming is going on ना, I'll download it from the streaming later on, right? Okay, anyways, चलो अपन अपना concept करते हैं. That is my problem, not yours. 1.2, fine. There's no point of switching it now. Okay, so did you understand what are the 3 additional documentation you have to do? Point number 1, how the management responded when you told them, and whatever the considerations you have made, whatever the course of action you have taken, whatever the judgments you made, and whatever the decisions you have taken, don't apply it unless it is getting reviewed and tested by a which party? Reasonable and informed which party? Third party. And finally, what is the third documentation you have to make sure? How accountant is satisfied that responsibility of the public interest has been what? Fulfilled. Is it clear? This is what you have to consider when it comes to what? Noclar. ये हो गया अपना पूरा Noclar का concept which you should have known. But recently they asked you this in the RTP. How Noclar and SA 250 are different from each other. It means you need to first learn what is SA. Having an idea? Consideration regarding laws and regulation. And Noclar का full form क्या है? Non-com. What do you report in 250? I can see, no problem. बताओ, what do you report in 250? Non-compliance of what? Noclar में what you are replying? Then how they are different? See, always try to understand. When we talk about Noclar, it is broader in sense as compared to what? 250. 250 में we only talk about those non-compliances of laws and regulation which are connected with your FS. What is FS? Financial state. अब मेरे को the public health and safety is connected with the FS or not connected? Terrorist financing? No. So it is, which one is a broader non-compliance? Noclar. That is what the first major difference between reporting under Noclar and reporting as per 250. And 250 के SA stands for what? Standards on auditing. यहाँ पे nowhere it is written that कि you are an auditor. They simply said you are a PA in PP or a PA in service. What is PA in PP? Professor, can it be engagement of assurance? Can it be engagement of review? Can it be engagement of related services? But SA stands for what? Standards on audit. It means that engagement is only relating to what? Audit. Are you getting it? So see the difference number one. SA 250 talks about auditors' responsibilities for the laws which are having the which effect? Direct effect. And laws which are do not having the which effect? Direct effect. On which statements? Financial statements. Am I correct or not? Whereas the Noclar being alike to whom? 250 also accounts for non-compliances that cause which harm? Substantial harm, resulting into the which consequences? Serious consequences in financial as well as what? Non-financial term. Major difference number one. Or second difference मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ. So no, 250 is only relating to which field? Auditing field. Noclar is relating to every field. Let it be auditing, assurance, review. Difference number two. और difference number three भी बताता हूँ. What do you understand by the term called stakeholder? मेरे को इसका meaning बताओ. What do you mean by the term called stakeholder? Stakeholder means a person. Stakeholder means a person who is only a shareholder, or it includes different parties. Is government a stakeholder? Is creditor a stakeholder? Employees and lenders, everyone is a stakeholder. Word is not described in SA 250. It is only and only word described in what? Noclar. अब मेरे को ये बताओ, community word is written in SA 250? No. But when it comes to public health and safety, is it about you or community? You do it that in Noclar, but not required to be followed in case of what? SA 250. So if they may ask you the question like that, I have 4 to 5 differences. Don't worry about the differences between Noclar and what? SA 250. So stakeholder is defined, not defined. It is only limited to audit. It is not limited to audit. It is only connected with those non-compliances which are relating to FS, and that is connected to non-compliances which are providing serious harms and serious consequences in both financial as well as what? Non-financial. So Noclar is completely unlike 250. So you cannot say that you can say that 250 is covered under what? Noclar. So which one is a broader concept? Includes 250. Am I correct or not? And this is what the second difference I was telling you. 250 does not define what? Stakeholders. Noclar is relating to effect of non-compliance on investors, creditors, employees. Do we have also relating to workmen compensation fund? But 250 does not cover that. Because we nowhere get any EPF and gratuity fund act relating things in our FS. Are you getting the point? So this is the one of the unique kind of difference what they may ask you in the examination. What is the major differences between the Noclar and SA 250? ठीक है ना? So we have covered everything. Everything is already given in our material also. But the only difference is कि I will show you where the applicability concept has come. Now see, this is what the difference. Now what is as per ICA code right now? Presently. पहले ये होता था. This used to be earlier. As per ICA code, as of new, now restricted to professional accountant in practices of which company? Listed, and accountants in service in what? Listed. But now further has been 2 words attached there. Which listed? Whose net worth is 250 crores or more. And which listed here? If you are working as a senior professional accountant in the category of KMP, in a which company? Listed. That is only amendment came from November 22 to your November 23. Rest remaining the 100% Noclar is what? Same. What are the nature of Noclars? All the things which I have already told you same. Not covered Noclar, may tell me the 4 things which are not covered in Noclar. Something which is prohibited by law, of which nature? Personal. Inconsequential means insignificant in nature. And not related to whom? Business. What is not expected from you? हाँ ये वाला point आपको एक extra करना पड़ेगा. Just now I told you that you need to be expert in law or need not. and don't unnecessarily try to become a ACP Pradyuman at that point of time. Investigate, don't investigate. Because when someone can do the terrorist financing, someone can swipe you also. Are you getting the point? Don't show to the other person, yeah, I'm into investigative mood now. Otherwise, only mood will be left. You will not be left. Are you getting it? So they are saying that don't investigate and ensure the completeness of what? Noclar. वहां पे जाके तुम्हें you don't have to become Balakrishna over there and say, "Hey, Noclar, Kawali, Noclar, Kawali." Don't say that. Are you getting the point? Keep the things, keep your emotions controlled. Don't show your investigative power. Let the right person do the investigation. You simply what? Report. That's it. Am I great? And these are the differences which I was telling you between what and what? 250 and Noclar. It applies to which engagements? Audit. Applies to all. Covers only what? Standards on auditing का मतलब क्या होता है? If you are in practice, then only you will do the audit, na? But Noclar covers only PCAs or PCA as well as non-PCAs. Members in practice as well as members in what? Service. Another difference. And what is the next one? It covers only relating to FS. What is FS? Financial state. It covers both financial as well as what? Does not define the word stakeholder. Defines the word stakeholder. And in case of non-compliance, first it shall be discussed with whom? Management. In case of SA 250. पहले मैनेजमेंट को रेज करो डिस्कस बट नोक्लर में विल यू सर आर यू डूइंग टेररिस्ट फाइनेंसिंग कैन यू प्लीज लेट मी और डायरेक्टली रिपोर्ट इट टू द पुलिस no need to discuss it with whom management or TC directly you can have a communication with whom regulatory and appropriate thing. And what is your course of action? I already told you what are the 7 steps. Obtain the understanding, second and third seek the advice, fourth any needful action is required or not, required to be reported to authority or not, and see that if there is a considerable matlab significant breach, right? And last one is what? And what are the additional documentation? I told you how the management and TCWG responded, and get your decisions, judgments and course of action reviewed by a informed and reasonable third party. And finally what you have to see, whether the professional accountant is satisfied that the responsibility of public interest has been served, whether they have taken the needful actions to reverse their Noclar things or not. So same thing है, कुछ भी difference नहीं है. What there was earlier and what is now, only difference appears here. And that too here greater than equals to 250 crores have been added. And here's SPA in KMP that has been added simply. Rest everything is what? Same. Take a break now. We'll meet at 2:30 and we'll write down the Noclar. Right? Thank you so much. Bye everyone. Take care.